Hi, friends. It's Royce Rosewood of the Ragamancers. How are you doing? I know it's been a while and it's been kind of quiet on the channel this year. There are reasons for that. I know in my last video that I said I was excited to release the new Wander Home series, and I was waiting until I had accumulated, more episodes so that I could release them regularly. Sort of the time that I thought I would have, with my children being in school full time, and I was going to have a little bit of extra time. That all got taken up by a parent who needed to be moved into assisted living. And so that's kind of been absorbing all of my time and energy and focus. But I am going to still release the episode because there's an event coming up, an online event called Solo RPG Day. I want to participate and I've got an episode recorded, so I'm going to go ahead and release it. I don't know when the next episodes will be available. I do still believe in sphere hoppers. I love it. I think there's a lot of really interesting places that it could go. There's so many story threads and characters that I want to follow up on. Zakia from the Starforged campaign, Abernathy from Thousand Year Old Vampire, of course, all the heroes in sort of the mainline Sphere Hoppers thread. They've just escaped the Crucible and they've got more Orbs of Roria to find. There are so many intertwining threads that I want to bring together. That being said, that doesn't mean I haven't been playing solo RPG. I just haven't been recording it for other people. I do have a home game that I keep here in this notebook. It says Between the Skies. I use some different systems too. Basically, the problem I was trying to solve is, you have all these tools that you want to use, but some of them overlap. You might have a tool that generates characters and another tool that generates characters, or same thing with like locations. There's this tension between like wanting to keep things simple and like keep it just to like one tool or one set of tools. And then there's this other things like, I want to, increase the variety. That's the other part, you want to, or at least I do, want to generate things quickly. And so having to roll multiple times to get a thing, sort of feels like a waste of time. But anyway, I developed this little zine, and this is really just for me because this is, you can see, if I want to generate an item, then I can roll on this table and it says all these different ways to generate items. Same with factions. So this combines Between the Skies, which I talk about on this channel all the time. I love, love, love this resource. But it also combines tables from Starforge, which I've also played on this channel, and Sundered Isles, which I have not played on this channel, but have a spot for. The cards from the combined Story Engine deck, Lore Masters deck, Deck of Worlds. So anyway, I've been testing this out on my own, just my own little private campaign, and it's very cool. It, generating all this stuff from all these different sources, it works really well. And sort of a little custom system, which is basically, I just use the fate chart from Mythic to resolve kind of all ability checks. But that's just sort of me, when I get a little bit of spare time, solo RPG is still my preferred method of recreation. So there's that. What else do I want to share? What else do I want to talk about? I guess a little bit of a haul to share. I shared recently about the Grand Coven Library by Magpie Zines and Scoticus, who's a collaborator. I did get the hard copy. It looks great. I think this is a really high quality print. It looks nice and crisp. The paper is really nice. And then a fan of the channel, Daniel Dembski, sent me a couple games to look at. This is the majestic, or a game about that most wonderful of creatures, the majestic goose, beloved amongst waterfowl for its charming looks and wise ways. I have not played this yet, but I have looked through it. It seems like it has a very, very interesting thread system where threads combine with each other and sort of escalate on top of each other, and I'm very excited to try that out. And then there's Elvenhold, which was explained to me as sort of the big version of Majestic Goose, except set. You are a private detective in a magical city filled with elves and I think other creatures. I don't know. This also looks super, super cool, but I have not had a chance to. This is not released, so don't try to go looking for this anywhere, but it looks really cool. I just love seeing new ways to kind of manage solo RPG. And then a while ago, I picked, this was on sale. This is called Tales from the Gods. This is based on the Thousand Year Old Vampire system, and it was on sale from that website. And, I've got gods in my Sphere Hoppers campaign. It's kind of a big part of the world and the universe. So maybe integrate that in the future sometime. But again, can't make any promises. Yeah, so check out the premiere of Sphere Hopper's Wonder Home. It's part of Solo RPG Day on October 1st. And check out the Solo RPG website for other events. There's going to be like live streams and panels and stuff. Anyway, all that to say, I'm still here, just waiting for the time and energy to continue the Sphere Hoppers campaign. You can check out the wiki. I've been working on that. I've got uploaded hyperlink transcripts for all of the Gone Solo campaigns all up. Not on the mainline Sphere Hoppers one yet, but that will come eventually. It's really cool. It is really fun for me to kind of organize all the characters and threads and places in kind of a interlinked kind of thing. So it's kind of fun to set up and explore. So yeah, so I hope you are all well. I hope you are enjoying your solo RPG campaigns. Stay well, and I will be back when I can be back.